Hi guys, it's Tony again. Just get on with the second part of the character theme section, chapter 2 of the Neverwinter campaign guide book. Next up is Ilianburin Guardian, and basically this is a sort of an elven race character theme. Basically the idea behind it is you've travelled back through from the Feywild, into Neverwinter, to try and find out what's behind, or who was behind the ransacking of Sharandar, in the Neverwinter Wood, which is the old elven home. The elves transported most of it to to the Feywild, but you've returned and to discover who who did the ransacking, basically. I mean, class requisites are there aren't any. You can be pretty much anything, but it does recommend maybe some sort of blade singer class, or heavily armoured defender type class. Racial prerequisites, that you got to be an Eladrin, really. Seeing as you come from the Feywild, it makes sense to be Eladrin only, and no other race. As a starting feature, you get Phase Step, which means you can when you Phase Step, you can take one ally with you. So the ally teleports to the square adjacent to you, your destination, so you can either pull them into or out of trouble during combat. Level 5 feature, you get a bonus, power bonus to your history checks and nature checks. Level 10, you can use Phase Step as a minor action, which is pretty cool. Optional powers that you can choose instead of normal class powers are level 2, Blink Away, which you can teleport up to 2 squares. I mean, that's pretty cool, actually. You just reminds me of like the mage class in Warcraft, where they just blink away from you and you can't get them. So that's a Ilianburin Guardian utility 2 ability. Level 6 utility power is Evasive Step. If an enemy misses you with an attack, as long as Phase Step's unexpended, you can use Phase Step and sort of sidestep one away or whatever. Level 10 utility power is Feywild Will, which gives you power bonus and will to will. You gain a power bonus to will and a power bonus to saving throws each time you succeed on a saving throw before the end of the encounter. You gain temporary hit points as well. I'm not going to give away numbers again. Don't want to get into too much trouble. You might have noticed from I put a little intro on this video. First time I play with intros, and I downloaded the community pack that Wizards provide. So basically, there are quite a lot of images, actually. So if I ever do any more product reviews, I've probably got the front cover of some, but they're not completely up to date. So there was no Neverwinter cover image, unfortunately, so I couldn't slap that on the intro as well. Pretty much the only ones I could use were the logos, to be honest. So you got some boring text that I put in as well. Just playing around with fades and stuff in the video editor that I'm kind of using at the moment, and it's pretty simple to do, but it takes a little while, so I'm playing around with it. And the royalty-free music is by a guy called bear with me a second, danosongs.com. So I'll put the link in the description, but it's www.danosongs.com, and if you do /music, it will take you to quite a few royalty-free music files that you can just download and use. So thank you very much, Dano, for your website there. I was put onto it by someone on YouTube, so you know, it's pretty cool. I can add a little bit of music to the beginning. Don't like it playing throughout the video though. I've seen it on some videos and it gets on your nerves a bit. But, I think the track I chose at the beginning is quite nice. There's a couple of others that I've chosen off there as well. To be honest, most of it's not really for fantasy or whatever, but I'm sure you'll find a use for it in some other themed games. Anyway, back on with the show. Uthgardt Barbarian is next, and basically it's a barbarian character from the Uthgardt, well, I wouldn't say tribe because there's many tribes, but one of the savage human tribes basically. Yeah, this sort of allows you to play one of those really. Race prerequisite will be human, although there are possibilities for other races. It's generally no interbreeding or whatever, so you might get half elf, half orc, but you know, it'd be a background story to put those in. There's no class prerequisites, although you know, some sort of primal class would probably be suited best. I think I think it mentions in there. I'm not going to spend time looking it up, but if you're like a magic class, you probably have hidden that ability. But if you're sort of a shamanistic or druidic class, maybe you were able to practice, you know, your powers while within the you know, within the community of the tribe. As a starting feature, they get Thunder Stomp, which is an aura 2 power, and enemies can't make attacks of opportunity. At level 5, you get a bonus to perception to find tracks, and a bonus to insight against beasts and other Uthgardt members. Level 10, you get a power bonus to intimidate checks, basically because your reputation as a fierce hero gets you noticed, should we say. Optional powers you can take instead of class ones. Level 2 utility is spiritual guidance. You can re-roll a check with a additional power bonus. Use second result if lower, of course. Level 6 utility, strength of the beast. Until the end of the encounter, you'll get a power bonus to athletics and strength ability checks. That's pretty cool. And level 10, Spirit Swarm. It's a burst 2. Enemies in the zone cannot regain hit points or gain temporary hit points, but allies in the zone will gain temporary hit points at the end of their turn while in that area to close burst zone. Alright, so that's the Uthgardt Barbarian character. The next one is sort of related to the Uthgardt tribes. It's called Pack Outcast, and it's basically you're a member of the Grey Wolf tribe, or were a great member of the Grey Wolf tribe, maybe still are. You know, it's a background thing again. But yeah, basically what they are a tribe of the Uthgardt, but they're mainly shapeshifters. So class requisite, none apart from Uthgardt, but you know, basically you probably would have been divine or primal if you were a sort of a magic user, or sort of barbarian type basically you want to be. But of course once you've left the tribe you might have taken up another class entirely, so there's scope there for playing different class with the background of the Grey Wolf tribe. Race prerequisite, human or shifter only, but again there's option background story stuff to be half elf or half orc, mainly you probably should have some human in you at least. Right, starting feature is Body of the Wolf, which is a pack outcast utility. Of course, basically it's polymorph, and you can change into a wolf form. Basically you get a bonus to speed, and you do have a bite attack, that you are proficient in. Level 5 feature, enemies adjacent to you grant combat advantage to you and your allies adjacent to those enemies. I'm not really sure on a rules level what that entirely means. I still haven't read the rules properly, so bear with me on that one, but hopefully it'll make sense to someone out there. Level 10 feature, you gain a power bonus to athletics checks and intimidate checks, so again that's the sort of barbarian coming out in you, with strength and intimidation. Optional powers, you got level 2 utility, Bite of the Wolf. Basically it triggers when your melee attack hits an enemy that's granting you combat advantage, so that kind of combos up with the level 5 feature by the looks of things. Well, it does in my mind anyway. It may work differently. Basically the effect is the enemy falls prone, which can only be bad for them. Level 6 utility power, Blood of the Wolf. It's gone a bit dark, sorry, my screen went off, that's my light source. Blood of the Wolf, level 6 utility. You basically gain regeneration until the end of the encounter, which is pretty cool. Apart from if you're damaged with silver, it's age-old mythology, silver hurts shapeshifters, so or most supernatural things. Level 10 utility power, Soul of the Wolf, which basically means you it's like the rat, what they call the thieves guild, the rat guys. Dead Rat is a guy. You become a hybrid wolf stroke human, and get all the benefits of both. Quite a lot of benefits. You get a bite attack, plus you get your bonuses to fortitude and athletics, and you get a bonus to speed, because you can run super fast, you're super strong, super agile, and you get a nice bite attack, which is the same bite attack as you get when you become a wolf in the level, the starting feature, level 1 feature. Okay, so that is the Grey Wolf pack outcast. The last one I'm going to cover in this episode, if you like, part 2 of the character themes, is Heir of Delzoun. This is pretty much a dwarf only option. There's no class requisite though, so any class can take it. They do kind of recommend the shield dwarf, I think, to go very well with this. Basically you're one of the basically in history there was a dwarven city called Gauntlgrim even, and it was it's an old sort of lost city, completely lost. In fact, I think the orcs took it over from the dwarves, and then the humans took it over from the orcs, and then I think it has since been completely lost. No one knows where it is anymore, but some dwarves from the from the Delzoon, some Delzoon dwarves see ghosts dressed in the sort of the ancient robes and stuff, and they plead for that dwarf to come to Gauntlegrim and Glim and save them all. And you play one of those dwarves, one of those lucky few. So that's the background of it, and so your quest has brought you to Neverwinter for some reason. It could well be that Gauntlegrim is somewhere nearby. I've ordered the Gauntlegrim book by R.A. Salvatore on Amazon, so hopefully I'll get that next week, and I'll be a bit more clued up on the whole history of it, or maybe whatever he covers in that. I'm sure druids might turn up. We'll see. I'm not entirely sure. I've not read any blurb about it at all, so I'll hopefully have a good read on that one. Right, so starting features of the Heir of Delzoon are you get a resistance to poison, which is pretty cool actually. Level 5, you get a healing surge. I've heard a lot of good and bad about the healing surges, so getting another one sounds pretty cool, unless you're a DM, I suppose. Level 10 feature, you get a bonus to bluff, diplomacy and intimidate checks, but only when you interact with dwarves. So that's a bit, I don't really like that one, but it's not that powerful for a level 10 really, when it's only other dwarves. So optional powers, you got level 2 utility, Scholar of the Ancient Ways. You make a history check or a dungeoneering check. This you would trigger. You would make an intelligence or wisdom based ability check or skill check, but in place you make a history check instead. So, or a dungeoneering check in the place. Right, okay. Make a history check in place of an intelligence check, or a dungeoneering check in place of a wisdom check. I suppose that could be quite handy if you've only taken those skills, and they are the allocated associated skills to the background, dungeoneering and history. Again, not really read up on associated skills and what they mean, but I'm guessing they're like your natural abilities. So yeah, that would be quite a nice one if you were playing the character to his background. So level 6 utility power, noble indomitability, and so if you are pulled, pushed or slid, you lose 1 healing surge, you negate the forced movement and can shift up to 3 squares. Pretty cool, I suppose. Again, you have to read up on healing surges. I take it there's something you get back maybe after the session or something, like a fate point or something. Unfortunately I'm not well read on the rules yet, so sounds pretty cool. Level 10 utility power, body over mind. If you fail a saving throw, you lose 1 healing surge and instead succeed on it. So getting that level 5 healing surge is pretty cool, because level 6 and level 10 both might use it. Right, so I'm going to carry on reading and hopefully get another video up soon, and I might just do the last 5 character themes all at once in the next vid, although this one's probably going to run to well, they just hit 19 minutes, so I'll wrap it up now, and hope you can leave a comment for me, see if I'm giving you something interesting to look at, and alright, yeah, just let me know, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers, bye bye.